Today it's about a little bit after 4. Mark and I have been going through the book of Exodus. Today we're going to be going through the 12th chapter of Exodus. It's a rather lengthy chapter. This is the account of the God ordering them to put blood on the doorpost. And when he saw the blood, he would pass over. And it's also the account of him killing all the firstborn of Egypt. It's quite an account. I'm going to turn this over to Mark, have him read it, and then I'm going to make some comments about it. Blood had to be shed for the preservation of the firstborn of Egypt. And this is a good example of why blood was shed for us. Christ shed his blood for us so that we would be redeemed, reconciled to God. Exodus 12.
Okay. Exodus 12. Exodus chapter 12. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, The 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house their fathers, a lamb for an house. If the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your account for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male the first year. You shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. You shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. They shall take of the blood and strike it on the 2 side posts on the upper side of the door side post of the houses wherein they shall eat it. They shall eat the flesh, and that night roast with fire and unleavened bread with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor sod it all with water, but roast with fire his head with the legs and with the purtenance thereof. You shall eat nothing until it remain until the morning, that which remaineth of it until the morning you shall burn with fire. And thus shall ye eat it with your loins girded your house, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand. You shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, against all the gods of Egypt. I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. This day shall be unto you for memorial, and you shall keep it a feast. The Lord throughout all your generations, you shall keep it in a feast by an ordinance forever. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. And the first day there shall be an holy convocation. The 7th day there shall be an holy convocation to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. You shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for the 7th day, the same day have I brought you armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall you observe this day, your generations by an ordinance forever. The first month, on the 14th day of the month at even, ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at even. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses, for whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the land. The congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land, you shall eat nothing leavened. In all your habitations shall ye eat unleavened bread. Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, Draw out and take you a lamb according to your families, and kill the Passover. You shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin. Strike the linen on the 2 side posts with the blood that is in the basin. None of you shall go out at the door of this house until the morning, for the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians. And when he seeth the blood upon the lintel, on the 2 side posts, the Lord will pass over the door, and will not suffer the destroyer to come in into your house to smite you. You shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and to thy souls forever. It come to pass when you come to the land which the Lord will give you, according as he hath promised, that ye shall keep this service. And it shall come to pass when your children shall say unto you, what mean ye by this service, that ye shall say, as a sacrifice for the Lord's Passover, who passed over the house of the children of Israel in Egypt, and smote the Egyptians and delivered our houses, and the people bowed the head and worshipped. The children of Israel went away and did as the Lord had commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. It came to pass at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne, from the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, all the firstborn of cattle. Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants, all Egyptians, and there was a great cry in Egypt. There was not a house where there was not one dead. He called for Moses and Aaron by night and said, Rise up and get you forth from among my people, both ye, children of Israel, and go serve the Lord as he has said. Also take your flocks and your herds as ye have said, and be gone, and bless me also. The Egyptians were urging upon the people that they might send them out of the land in haste, for they said, We all be dead men. The people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading troughs being bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders. The children of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and they borrowed of the Egyptians jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they lent unto them such things as required. They spoiled the Egyptians, and the children of Israel journeyed from Ramses to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot that were men besides children. And a mixed multitude went up also with them in flocks and herds, even very much cattle. They baked unleavened cakes for the dough, which they brought forth out of Egypt, for it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Egypt and could not tarry, neither had they prepared for themselves any victual. The sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430 years. It came to pass the end of the 430 years, even the selfsame day it came to pass, all the host of the Lord went out from the land of Egypt. It's 19 months observed to the Lord for bringing them out from the land of Egypt. This is that night of the Lord to be observed of all the children of Israel and their generations. The Lord said to Moses and Aaron, This is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof, but every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. A foreign and a hired servant shall not eat thereof. One house shall it be eaten, thou shalt not carry forth out of the flesh abroad out of the house. Neither shall you break a bone thereof. All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. When the stranger shall sojourn with thee, will keep the Passover to the Lord, and all his males be circumcised. And then let him come near and keep it. He shall be as one that is born in the land, for no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. One law shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that sojourneth among you. Thus did all the children of Israel as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. It came past the selfsame day the Lord did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their armies. Next chapter, preach it.
Well, it's quite a history of this event that happened. This was a huge event, and by the way, throughout the hundreds of years after, this was recounted over and over and over how God delivered Israel out of the hands of Egypt. In fact, this was kind of a landmark date, because the Lord himself said, This month shall be unto you the beginning of the months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. And so, this was a big deal. And Kevin Spencer wrote a song about this, about a little boy who asked his dad if the blood was still there, and he said, The blood's still there. Not to worry. Go to sleep, the blood's still there. And God did pass through the land that night. And it says, This day shall be unto you a memorial, and you shall keep it to feast of the day throughout your generations. And so, they did do as God commanded. They put the blood on the doorposts, and and as he cast through, he smote all the firstborn of the land of Egypt, from Pharaoh's firstborn, and the firstborn of the cattle also he smote. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, and there was a great cry in the city, for there was not a house where there was not one dead. And this was what it took to get Pharaoh to succumb. Maybe that's the wrong word, but to tell Moses, "Get you out from among my people. Take your flocks and your herds and be gone." Notice he also asked for Moses for a blessing. And then the people also, their hearts were softened to the children of Israel, and they gave them jewels, gold and silver and raiment. It says the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. The Lord was behind the whole thing. And well, this was quite an event, and now we're going to see the beginning of the wanderings of the children of Israel for 400 years in the wilderness, and how God's going to provide them for that 400 years with manna, with quail, with water out of the rock, and many, many other events. This is similar to our lives, what God does for us down through our lives. That's the application. How many times has He delivered us from the power of Satan? How many times has He provided for us when it seemed there was no way? He opened the door and made a way for us. Right now I'm going through a major trial in my life. I won't go through all the details of it, but the next 8 days are very important of what direction things go for the Phillips family. But I was talking to Brother Lynn Terry today, and he said, why is it seems that God's elect sometimes are the ones that suffer the most at His hand? I believe it's because He wants to keep us humble before Him. We see the account of Job, we see the account of Joseph, we see the account of Jacob. Lynn Terry's just gone through a lot. He had to have a leg amputated. And Lynn said, sometimes in my life I've asked myself the question, it seems like God treats His elect worse than everybody else. Look at all the things David had to go through. My. His own son came against him. But still, the scripture says that all things work together for good for them that love the Lord, and to the call, those are the called according to His purpose. Sometimes it doesn't seem like things are working together for our good, does it? Well, I don't want to belabor this. I've taken too much time already. May you have a blessed evening.